Hello, hello, hello. You may hear a little bit of an echo, just doing a little check. Hello, hello, hello. You may hear a little bit of an echo, just doing a little check. Okay, I think we're all right. Am I loud? If I'm too loud, tell me that. We want calm vibes. We want some calm vibes. All right. Welcome back, everybody. If you're coming back for part 2, thank you. You're amazing. I appreciate you. And shout out to our 251st subscriber. Makes me so happy. By the way, if you just subscribed, I think yesterday or today, DM me on Instagram at Bobbi Zenn, and I will send you the FBX file or the blend file to any of my models that I have on my Gumroad. So my Gumroad is linked in my model tutorials. So if you just click on any of my watercolor collection shorts that I've been posting lately, there are links to my Gumroad. You can click on any of those and then see all of the FBX models that I have available, and I'll send you them for free because that was kind of the incentive. So thank you so much to all of my followers, of course. So just DM me and I got you. I'm gonna redo this, okay? So I feel more energized and in a better space to potentially make that look much better. I think I have the idea of how this should be. So I'm gonna Shift A, I'm gonna add a cube, tab into edit mode, I'm gonna scale it. Actually, I'm sorry, not a cube. What am I thinking? I'm also realizing I'm really tired. I'm really sleepy. I thought that I had enough rest, but I'm definitely feeling the effects of my late night shifts and all that jazz. So I think we're gonna be on for about another hour or so, and so we'll just get the modeling completely done, and then I'll do the shading in a part 3, and I'll post that up for you when I'm able to like replenish my energy. But I just couldn't leave us at this unfinished part in the model, so I definitely want to get this part done. So I'm gonna ignore the scale of this because we also have to understand that it's turned, and so I'm just gonna give myself some grace here and potentially even just rock with something like this. So I'm gonna Shift D, duplicate the cylinder, grab on the Z, pull it down. Let's rotate on the Y 90. And then I'm gonna grab on the X and just pull it over like that. And I'm gonna tab out of here and I'm just gonna isolate so that we can really get into it. So then I'm gonna grab on the X and just pull it out even a little bit more. And then I'm gonna and then I'm gonna hit 3, edge select, and then we're gonna go to edge, bridge loop edges. Again, I'm gonna add a bunch of these and we're gonna play around with this. So this is why it was clipping. So we'll do something like that. Much better. We don't necessarily need that to bulge at all. So edge, bridge edge. Okay. So we'll do about 6. We'll do 8. Let's do 8 just to feel a little bit better about that. Tab out. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab this face here and I like how this one's a little bit longer, but I want to scale. I just want to scale this down like that. And I actually think I'm going to add a few more cuts, maybe like 3. And then I want to select those, and I'm going to also select this guy here, and let's scale it. Maybe not so much. Let's just hit this here. I'm going to scale you down just a little bit. We're just going to scale the one. Okay. Let me get up out of here and see what that gives. Okay. I'm going to proportional edit and scale that down. But in the meantime, let me tab out, get back here. And the main thing, I want to grab this on the X. And then I'm going to scale this out a bunch. Not like a bunch, but a good amount. Maybe like that. Before I do that, let's add a few more loop cuts. Let's add just one more actually, and see if that works a little bit better. Scale, yeah. Do I like that better? I think so. Edge select, and then let's see. Okay. Like that. And then I'm going to put another loop cut right here. And I'm going to grab. Let me see if I can slide it actually. And what I want to do here is select this and then Alt E along normals, kind of like that, right? And then I'm going to edge select just that and then Control B. So give it a little bit of a bevel. And then face select. I want to inset. And then I want to E on the X and have it go in like that, and then maybe scale it down like that. This was really taking me out not too long ago, and look at me now. Sometimes you just have to take a moment and breathe, because when I tell you that was... All right, I'm gonna go into vertices. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. All right, let me maybe grab this here. I'm gonna go into proportional editing, and I want to scale. Let me pull that up. You don't want to go too far in. Okay. I like that, and then let me select this here. Do the same. I'm gonna just make sure I'm just here. So let me scale. Come out a little bit. Okay. Like that, and then maybe we'll take this one as well, and I'm gonna scale that down. Let's scale. Let's get this a little bit. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. All right, let's get out of that. Oh my gosh. Let's scale it a little more. Yeah. This is so funny. This is really okay. All right. Okay. I think that is looking pretty good. All right, I'm gonna tab on out. I think that'll do. That'll do. It's a little bit big, so let me tab in. We're gonna scale on the Y. Turn off proportional editing. Let's scale that on the Y. Okay. You know what? That's just fine. I see nothing wrong with it. Is it? Let me subdivide it because this is really funny. Okay, better. Much, much better. Okay. Now, let me tab in. I'm trying to think what else we need here. Let me see. Be too obsessive with this, but it's a big part, you know, it's a big part of the model. Tab, let me scale this. That's not so squished. Okay. All right, let's come out of X-ray mode, and I'm gonna grab this on the Z, and I just want to hide all of that. Let me tab in. Let me scale on the Y because it needs to fit in there pretty good. And then I can also grab on the Y because obsess about it too much, so I think I want to leave it at this. I think I want to leave it. It's not as long as I would like, but I think it also just makes sense this way. Is that too tiny though? Like, should the whole, let me see. Let me scale the whole thing up. Yeah, because let me see. No, I think, let me see, undo that. Because it should be about half of this. So if this is, it should be on the same level, right? So that's about fine. That's about fine. Let me see. Something about it is just not working for me. Maybe I need to make it a little thicker. Let me select all these edge loops. Turn my caps lock off. All right, I'm gonna oh, come on, that is awful. All right, let me scale. All right, I think I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I don't feel so obsessed with it, but maybe it's because there's no shading or anything on it yet. And I almost want it to be bigger, but for it to go from here to here is insane. That's just not realistic. So this could be AI generated, this one, because the proportions are not, they're not right. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna go too crazy and get too obsessive. And then I think the next thing that I wanna do is do the phone digit part of this. So let me think, what do we wanna do? Let's do, let's see. Let's look at a more front-facing one like this. So it's just a bunch of cylinders. So let's just do some cylinders. So we're gonna shift. Okay, we need to be on the local. So I'm gonna hit that, and then we're finally gonna use this. Because then this will go, oh my, that isn't what we want at all. Because that's crooked. It's okay. Snap, yes, to surface geometry, okay. Can always make it bigger if we need to. Alright, let's see what that gives. Oh, I went the wrong direction. Devastated. Okay. Come out like that. Let's see. Alright, beautiful. That's on it, so that's perfect. We might need to move it over just a little bit, but that's okay. Tab into edit mode, grab, let's get proportional editing off, grab on the X. I just feel like once we get the basic model down, I'll just feel so much better about my life. So, all right. Oh, also, we need the thing that holds the phone because you have to hang it up on something. So we need to add that. That's important. But anyway, let's get this rotary portion done. Let me look at baby girl over here. What's she talking about? I don't want buttons. I need you to be able to put your finger in there and swirl it around. That was the whole point of this phone. You don't just press the button. Absolutely not. We want this. That's what we want, you know? So that's what we're aiming for. So I want this. This is the vibes. So I guess how much it's extruded off and the details, that's up to us. So why don't I stick with this for the basic shape of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, grab on the local Z. Let's give it a little something here. Control B. Literally just a little bit. We can do maybe like 2 rolls, come on out like that's cute. And then how far do I want to go with this? All right, let's go in. I'm gonna grab this. I think I'm gonna shift E. Grab on the local Z. We'll just come up a little. Let me separate that. Tab out, grab it. Grab this. E, I'm sorry, tab back in. Select all E on the E on our Z. Just give it another layer. Another layer here. Select this face. Do the same thing. Control B. And I guess this layer could be maybe a little bit more beveled. I mean, a little deeper in the bevel. And then, all right, now we're out of this one and we're back here. We want this now. So now we got a Boolean. So I'm gonna tab back into edit mode. This is where our numbers are going. So I'm Shift D. I'm gonna grab on the Z, the local Z, just pull it out just a little, select P, separate it as an object, do that. And then let me select all, and then I'm gonna E, and it's already on the local Z. So I'm just gonna pull it out till it's here, because we're gonna need some geometry to Boolean. Tab out. I'm trying to think if I want to bevel right now. Maybe I should bevel just a little. Just a little. Again. We'll do just like that. Maybe like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to jump into isolation mode, because now we got to work on this and this only. So let me do a quick bathroom break. I've been drinking so much water. And we'll get into this portion. Be right back, my friends. hope that wasn't too long. Okay, let's get back into it. Now, let me try to do this in the most efficient way possible. Can't believe we've already been live for 27 minutes. It's insane. Time literally flies. Okay, so we're in isolation mode. I just want to add these circles. So let's get into that. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do, I'm gonna tap into edit mode, Shift S, cursor to selected, tab out, Shift A, I'm gonna add a cylinder, tab, scale it down. I don't like when it flips. Let me do one more time. Scale it down, scale it down. Grab on the Z. Kinda. All right. This is gonna be tough because it's curved. So you know what? Here's what I think we should do. Let me get out of here. Let me get rid of this. I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna just look up this way, and I'm gonna draw it while it's already in local so that it just stays aligned. So just want to see how many we need. So 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Okay, this one is 9. So we'll do 12. Or maybe we should do 9 because I don't remember it being a full. Anyway, let's just see. All right, we're just gonna pull it out, and now it's on. You'll notice it's like on the mesh. So tab. You know what? Let me see. Scale it on the Z, the local Z. Let's see. All right, let me grab on the Y, the local Y. I'm gonna put it there. And just for testing purposes, let me tab out. And I'm gonna add a curve, but a circle. I'm gonna scale that down. And I need to rotate it on the X. And I'm gonna scale it down again. Something like I'm gonna grab it on the local Z like that. And looking, let's look from the side view here and see if we can get this fitting a little bit better. I'm gonna rotate on the X, kind of like that. Tab. I'm gonna get this rotated too. And then grab on the local Z. I think that's a little bit better. And I'm gonna put these along a curve and see how that works. Why don't I scale this on the X, because it'll give a little bit more circle vibes versus oval. All right, now let's see if we can do this. So I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna go into my modifier, and I believe we want curve, object, and we want the circle. That's awful. And then let me see. I want to try to put an array modifier and see if it works. That's not working at all. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's see. That's not giving. Should we do it the other way around? There we go. That's a little bit better, but still not quite. But kind of. Let's see. Let's keep it going. Oh, we also said 12, didn't we? We said 12, so let's pull it in. Hmm. 1.45. All right. 11's not enough. We have to do 12. So let's give that. And then why is it deforming it? That's my biggest question. What if I scale it? No. Tab into edit mode. I don't want it to deform. So that's something. But that's essentially what we want. I just don't know why we're being deformed. I think I have to play around with this. Let's see if that changes anything. No. Let me tab into edit mode and see. Select all. Nah, that's just kind of changing their location, but not. Yeah, I mean, pretty cool, but all right, let me tab out. I thought this would go a lot smoother, but of course it's not going to go smoother. You know what I mean? Of course. Do we need a constant offset? What's this going on? No. We need relative. Maybe I need to apply the transform. No, not too much. Didn't change too much. I also, instead of doing it this way, where it kind of stretches us out, we could try something else. Let me get out of here. Get out of here. And I could just mirror, honestly. So I could do 4. Let me see. This is kind of crazy, but let me just go from the top. Shift D on the grab on the Y, the local Y. I don't want to do this by hand though, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Grab on the Y. Let me get into edit mode actually. Shift D, tab into edit mode, grab on the Y. Girl, you gotta be on the local Y. Alright, and then I'm just gonna grab on the Z. This is not what we want. that's gonna make it harder for me. I just want the circle to work. Oh, you know what it could be also? Sometimes if the geometry isn't right, then it won't work. So let's try that again. Yeah. Just gonna do that, and then let's do again, deform, curve, object, circle. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I don't like it at all. That's just like not what we want. Okay, let's brainstorm. In the midst of me trying to find the most effective way, sometimes it's just easier to do it by hand at times, especially considering we're on a bit of a time crunch, but I do want it to be spaced out appropriately, so this is really bumming me out because I don't want it to be different spaces. But also there are moments when I'm working on a model and my brain is just cooked, and sometimes it takes being done, taking a breather, and then coming back to work on it, because you know, sometimes it just doesn't work. So I think instead of beating this, I'm gonna just do what I feel makes sense. So I'm just gonna mirror, but I'm gonna mirror on this, and we're gonna mirror on the Y, like that. I'm gonna do just like that. What's that looking like? See, that's, let me see. Flip. Like that kind of works, but it's they're facing one another. Which, let me tab here, and then let me rotate. Yeah. So I think also what we could do to make this a little bit better, and for the slant to not be, because that's going to change how our Boolean looks. So what I can do is take this entire thing. I think it's how do we get back to default? Is it Command 0 to bring everything back? Let me see. I feel like I have it written down somewhere. I have shortcuts all over my desk. It's like I just want to send everything. It's something 0. I'm going to try Control 0. Let's try that. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Just kidding. All right, let's just do this. Let's put everything to 0. Wow. Just kidding. All right, let me rotate you. So, okay. Because it just sucks because this is exactly on the position that I need it to be. But this deform is just not being supportive. I don't want to change it. I just want it to go along the curve and not give me problems. Let's see. I I just gotta brainstorm just a little. Because if I mirror, it's not gonna work. I don't want to mirror. Let me think about this for 1 second. I really think this circle is the best course of action here. So we're gonna figure it out. Okay, let's see. All right. I really think we've applied the scale. So let me see. I'm going to try a few other things to see if this works. So, what's this curve giving? It's fine where it's at. I'm going to apply the scale to this. Leave that there. And then I'm just going to keep playing with it because I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on it. I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, it's still squashed. What is that all about? I hate that for me. I mean, it's a little better, but it's still like an oval. And that's not what we want. Also, I think real rotaries, you do need space because you have to like turn it. So I think this one makes sense. So we're gonna go with the 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10. That has 10. Okay. Why would this be happening? I'm really trying to think in my head what else it would be that's keeping. What's this look like? What's this view? We're getting there, kind of, but it's the deforming of it all that's really taking me out. It's perfect in here. Like, this is exactly what we're looking for. But once it hits that curve, now we're here. And if I try to scale it, it just scales like that, which is not what we're looking for. If I click this and scale this, it's just that. That's not what we're looking for. If I tab into edit mode, select all and scale, still not what we're looking for. Just gotta know why it doesn't want me to be great. Okay. This isn't quite going as planned. I think to myself what I can do. I could manually do it, but I don't want to. I just don't think it's gonna be perfect, and that makes me sad. Because this is like good spacing. Okay. I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna take that off really quick. I'm gonna scale this down a lot. And I'm gonna try again. I don't know if this needs to be, if that matters, that scale, but I'm gonna just try that, and then I'll try again and see if this helps at all. Ew. What's happening? This is absolutely not what we had in mind. This is way worse. Let me see, grab on the Z. Oh, heck no. Just get rid of this. All right, I think I'm just, okay, I'm gonna leave the circle in the circle and I'll just put it, I'll just duplicate. I don't have time. Do you know what I mean? I don't have time to try to figure this out. I just gotta do what I gotta do. So we're in orthographic, okay. So unfortunately, this is what we have to do. I hate this for me, but I just don't have the capacity to try to like do it. So I'll just do this and see where this brings me. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is such a rookie way of doing it. I know. This is like not what I wanted, but we can still get the result we want. It's just not ideal. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. How awful is that? You know, how dreadful. How dreadful. I cannot believe this. This is so bad. Okay. We're just gonna do this. Have to do what we have to do here. It's like out of our hands. This is also just for the holes, so it's like I just need to make cuts in the mesh. This is so embarrassing. I'm so much better than this, but am I? You know? I also think it's that thing too where you're just like, I'm just spent. I think I'm spent. So that's why nothing is coming together for me too great. I'm kind of maxed out. I think I've been doing so much work this week, so I'm gonna have grace with myself for this. I mean, it's gonna come out great. I'm gonna be obsessed with it. I know that. It's just that the proportions are not ideal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna leave it at 9 because I just, honestly, truly. All right, let me get out of isolation mode and just kind of look at it from here. It's just like, it's not working. In regards to like local, it's just like really not doing what I need. I also maybe needed to change like individual origins or something. I don't know. Nonetheless, Let's look at this from a decent angle. And we're gonna eyeball it. I know that's not like the professional way to do things, but I'm gonna just move this there. Move this over to the edge. Gonna put these where I feel like they should, and that's just kind of where we're at with it at this point, you know. Maybe something like that. We might just fully close it because I just don't have it in me to fight. I can't fight anymore. Okay, whatever. It's coming along. It's getting there. That feels good. Look at that. Is it perfect? Nope. Will it do? Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to get to the bottom of why that noob circle wasn't working for me, because that sucked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to get one more in here. You know what I mean? If we're just going to close it off, let's just close it. Shift D. Let me grab you and just put you where you need to be. So let me grab you, pull you down and over a little bit. I'm so sad that I have to do it this way, but it's okay. It's okay. You win some, you lose some. This one, I lost. But I think it'll still be good. Okay. I think we're there. That was much harder, but it looks good, right? That's not terrible. Whatever. All right, let's go into, I want to just see. I think I gotta pull it all down a bit so that we can boolean. All right, so now I'm just gonna take all of these meshes and I'm gonna grab on the Z and just pull it in. Make sure we get a good bool. That's good. These are just my cutters, so it's completely fine for them not to be even because it's just what we're using to make the holes in the phone. So we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna put these as number cutters, just in case I need to, I don't know, there's just so many of them. All right, so oh, you know what? I'm gonna select all of them. And, oh, is there still an array modifier on these? Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need the array modifier anymore. All right, now I'm gonna just select all of them, and I'm gonna Control J, make it one thing, and then I got my cutter. Wait, I gotta make sure this is good. Because this is not giving circle anymore. So hold on. I'm gonna select you and you. I'm gonna tab into edit mode, select all, and I'm gonna scale on the X. I'll scale it bigger, but then I'm gonna scale on the X so that it's more circle. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah, that's, oh my. So sorry if you heard that. They're like doing fireworks. Okay. Great. Now we're gonna go back to our cutter. Let's shade smooth. Oh, absolutely not. I'm gonna shade smooth this. There we go. Let's shade smooth all of these. Cutter. Select my piece that I want to cut. Shift Control B. Sorry. Shift Control B. Difference. Boom. And I'm not going to look too closely because whatever. If they're uneven, I'm just applying it quickly. Get out of here. All right, so we're going to name this Hide. We'll put all of our cutters in there. And we'll just deselect and hide that. Okay, how's that? Now we're talking, you know? It took a long time to get there, but we got there. Makes me sad that it took so long, but it's not about how you got there. Did you get there? All right, so we have that. And then for me, the whole point of the rotary phones is to put your finger on the inside. Like, that's the whole fun of it. So we're gonna have it indented. We're gonna leave it like that. Maybe we can add a little bit of detail. So let me go into this mesh and see if I can add a bit of detail. So if I do 2, yeah, this might not work because it was bold and we got all this extra geometry. So let me see what I could do. I could select the faces on the inside. Look at me complicating everything. I could select the faces on the inside. So let me do that. Ugh, don't do this to me. Instead of doing the edge, come on. This is really working against me today, isn't it? Okay. Just want to make sure I have all of these selected. Everything. This one, you look from the very tippity top. This one, is that everybody? Great. Now Shift D, is that everybody? Fabulous. And then I'm gonna P, selection, tab out. 32, tab in, select all, grab on the Z, and then I'm gonna Alt E, long normals for everybody, and we're gonna come in like that. Hi, Lucas. Thanks for joining. And I'm not gonna bother trying to bevel on my own. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, beautiful. Amazing. Amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, how's that? Let me tab out. Let's give that a look-ski. Beautiful. Very happy with that. Shade smooth one time. Great. Do I need to, hold on, let's see. Yeah, we'll pull it down just a bit. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Wow, I can't believe I finally, I can't believe I got here. All right, this circle, I'm just gonna convert it to a mesh because now I just feel like it's a part of the geometry. I'm gonna tab, select all, I'm gonna fill it. Let me look from the top. I think it's in a good position, honestly. All right, let me E. Yeah, beautiful. Great. And then I'm gonna hit 3. I'm gonna grab this, Shift D, P, selection, tab out, go back here, select all, scale it, Alt E along the normals. Uh-oh. Let's get it in there. Like that. Let's do this. And I'm just gonna bevel. Like that. Wow. That was something else, huh? I mean, good looking though. Good looking rotary phone. I feel these could be a little larger, but what do I know? Oh, we gotta do our little, oh no. We gotta do the little spiral cord. Can we get that done? Let's see what else before we go there. All right, so we got, so this one, this is much larger, but we can add a bunch of designs, or we can make the whole thing larger. Kind of depends. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add the coil, and then that's literally all I got. That's all I got in me. All right, so I'm gonna Shift A, and we're gonna use a curve spiral. I'm gonna use this one. And we gotta play with this. So definitely that one. What am I doing here? Heights. Here we go. All right, so we need a bunch of turns, and maybe the height doesn't need to be so high. So we're gonna do that. Uh-oh. Much smaller. Maybe like that. Height can come down. Whoops. Height can come down a bunch. Radius can also come down. Pull the height down. Maybe we'll come up one more. What's this do? What's this button do? Oh no. Look at me. This is how I know I'm losing it, because I'm making poor decisions. Leave it at 1. Okay. That's essentially what we want right there. And then, let's see, is 5 enough? 6, 7, 8. Let's just do 8. Let's just do 8. I'm gonna tab out just our little spiral. We're gonna try this again. I'm gonna shift A. This time I'm gonna do a curve. Let's grab on the X. Rotate on the X 90 degrees. Let me tap into edit mode and start moving this around. Let's see, grab ya. Rotate on the Z. Select all. Kind of like that, and then so now I just want to create the curve that we're going to have our little spiral follow. So let's just play around with this a bit. Let's give it a curve. Maybe like that, a little something like that. It's not even near the phone. How about that? Let's get you over. Okay, now, let's see, grab, okay, let's grab on the Z, do a little something like that. Let's rotate ya. This is really testing all my patience. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. Something like this. Okay. And just maybe put it in the back of the phone. I don't know. There we go. Looks good to me. Let's get this turned a little bit. It's not quite where it needs to be. Rotate. It's just not doing what I want it to do. Okay. Now, let me grab you. Just gonna do this for now. Where are you located? Let's see. Let's go into regular frame. Tab out. Okay, you're in there. Just pull you out a bit. Okay, there. Good enough. Now, let me save, because who knows what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take my spiral. I'm gonna thicken it up. Uh-oh. But it looks like a phone spiral. So let me grab on the X, pull it over. So we want it like here. How thick? Yeah, that thick. It's not on the, let's grab on the Y and pull it back. Okay, now I think we're good. And then let's see if we can, oh, I hope this works for me. Now I'm gonna go into modifier. Can I add the array right now? Let's see, yeah. Array modifier, but we're gonna go on the Z. And then we'll merge. Let me get you. Maybe a little less, so let's come down. Oop. How's that? You better believe it. All right, so we're gonna do that, and then fingers crossed, let's do a curve. Oh my gosh. This is dreadful. Let me change it to X. I didn't see Z. Absolutely not. This is all bad. What if I do global though? Does that change anything? I don't know why this doesn't ever work for me. Ooh. But still, it looks awful. Put it on there. Why isn't it going on? That's my biggest question of the day. There's something I'm doing. Ugh, does it have to be? There's just something I'm doing wrong, and I don't know. Let me see something. Let me try something. Oh, is that what we need to do? Oh my gosh. But hold on. Nah, that's not it at all. Look at that. That looks crazy. What's that? 0? No. That's not the vibes. It's the curve. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong that it's not. Maybe the origin. I think that's what it is. So let me set origin to geometry. What's this at? Let's see what this origin is. Origin to geometry. I wish I had more wind in me to figure this out. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. Y, no. Z, no. Negative X, Y, negative, none of ya. None of ya. Well, that's no fun. That's no fun at all. Oh wow. I was just trying something else. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure that portion out. I don't know why my meshes aren't following along the curve. I need to do a little bit of research into that, but we have a piece of the coil, so that's exciting. What are we putting it on, the Z? Negative, oh my, hello. So yeah, we have the coil. That's essentially what it's gonna look like. We just need to get it to follow. We just need it to follow the curve, and then we'll be good. But I think that's where I'm maxed. I'm maxed out. Nonetheless, though, I'm very, very proud of this. I have lighting in this scene, so let's just look at it. without any shade. I thought I had lighting in this scene. Oh, I do. Cute. Let's just look at it in all white. See what it looks like. I'll probably do the rest of this off camera after I get a little bit of a rest. And then I'll post it up for y'all to see. I'm gonna add some details, and I knew this one would be a little bit tricky because there is so much in these, but I am very, very proud of how far we got today. I'm so appreciative of all my new subscribers. Shout out to everybody. Thank you, Lucas, for commenting in the live. All of it matters, all of it helps, all of it is so amazing. So thank you so much. I was hoping to be finished, but we got 80% of the way there. So I feel really happy about that. I'm really good about that. But I think with that, my friends, I'm gonna take some time and rest and recuperate. But this has been so much fun, and I love these. And catch me next Monday. I think next month what we're gonna dive into is making scenes. So I've been going back and forth with figuring out exactly what I want to do with my lives for next month. This month was like vintage themed, and then next month I think I want to dive into doing some scenes. So I have some ideas, thinking like fairy core. We could do like a forest scene, or we can lean more into the modern architectural simple shapes. I've been looking at a lot of artwork like that, so brainstorming a few things. I might put a poll up or something, but nonetheless, I will catch you guys back here next Monday. Any updates I'll post in the YouTube, but thank y'all so much. If you haven't already, please like this video and the previous one. And yeah, I'm going to take some time and rest. So thank y'all for joining me. And don't forget, if you find something that zens you out, calms you down, make space for it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.